and welcome to NAFDAC and Your Health. Every week on the program, we provide you with insightful information about NAFDAC's activities aimed at protecting the health of Nigerians. I am your host, Tosin Adebayo. Today's program is on the cherry news of the reappointment of Professor Mojisola Christianah Adeyeye as the Director-General of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC. President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, reappointed her for a second tenure of 5 years. The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustapha, CFR, conveyed the approval of the President to Professor Adeyeye, whose tenure renewal took effect from the 1st of December 2022. The Director General's reappointment came closely on the heels of our track record of monumental achievements and successes in the last 5 years, especially the attainment of World Health Organization WHO Maturity Level 3. Professor Adeyeye, who officially assumed duty on Friday the 30th of December 2022, was received by some staff at the corporate headquarters in Abuja. The Professor of Pharmaceutics, Manufacturing Science and Drug Product Evaluation had a stellar performance in her first tenure because of her transformational leadership style. She came into the agency at a time when there was an urgent need for an overhaul in order for the agency to meet both local and global expectations, which she did with the WHO global benchmarking.
June 2019, WHO came to do the first leg of the benchmarking. What is this benchmarking we are talking about? It is self-auditing with invitation from an outside auditing body, to come and see what stage you are in comparing yourself with the best. But the quality management system that we had started is the secret to how we were able to get to, or how we will be able to get to where we were going. For global benchmarking, if you made all level 3 recommendations and you have only one level 1 recommendations yet to make, you are still level 1. There is no 90%, 99%. It is 100 or nothing. So October 15, they came again virtually. By that time, we have cleared all the 868 recommendations.
For effective service delivery of the agency, holistic reforms were carried out, which saw the decentralization of the system.
We have 7 laboratories in NAFDAC, governed by only one person, one director, and there were about 450 staff scattered all over the country with one director in Lagos. I said, no wonder the lab was not working. It's not just equipment. Because laboratory especially, you've got to be a problem solver. Something is wrong, how do we correct it? Do we get a column? Do we get a more solvent? Or whatever. So we started reorganizing ourselves. I met 13 directorates. By 2019, early 2019 or so, we have changed it to 18 directorates for effective management and upward mobility in terms of development of our staff.
The decentralization was also impactful on micro, small, and medium enterprises that operate in the food, drug, and cosmetic industry, as they were getting the needed attention from the regulatory agency from all over the country. Jobs were being created and the economy was expanding.
Food registration was centralized in Lagos, and most of the 6,000 applications that were backed up were food applications or food-related applications. So we decided to decentralize our food registration. At that point, MSMEs, the presidential initiative was also on our plate. So we decentralized food registration to the zones, except for few foods that may need sophisticated equipment, to test. So we now have, at that point, we had 18 directorates and 6 zonal offices headed by directors now.
I want to put it on record that the North Central Zone held its product approval process for 2 days here in this edifice, and we were able to approve 286 products. Out of these 286, half of that list came from Kwara State. What that translates to mean is that thousands of people are being employed. Thousands of them are equally being taken out of poverty.
Hamida's touch was felt by stakeholders who couldn't hide their appreciation of a novel leadership style.
We are presenting this plate to you, Madam DG, Professor Mojisola Christianah Adeyeye, Director-General of NAFDAC, as an award of excellence in appreciation of your enormous contribution to the quality of food, drugs, and other regulated products in Nigeria. We really appreciate you, ma'am.
She knew that for the agency to be able to meet its obligations to Nigerians, it must be financially stable, which she achieved with her prudent style.
DG of NAFDAC is somebody I can regard as the manager of funds. When she came in 2017, she met a debt of 3.2 billion. Within 1 year, within the November 2017 and November 2018, about 3.02 billion was cleared. So since that time, she has been managing the funds. It's interesting to work with the present DG because she's not somebody that is, she doesn't waste funds. Let me put it that way. The money that NAFDAC is generating is purely to take care of, to provide infrastructure for the agency as well as taking care of staff welfare. One of the expenditure lines that we spend money on is rent of accommodation offices. NAFDAC DG wants this to stop. They want NAFDAC to have offices that we can call our own in virtually every state of the Federation. Apart from these buildings, when we look at the lab, lab is a pillar of NAFDAC. Everything, I can say that everything stops at the lab.
As soon as the agency was set on a healthy financial footing, the transformation of the workplace began with the provision of state-of-the-art information and communication technology gadgets, new vehicles to enable the agency to perform its regulatory functions, as well as upgrading the laboratories and building new ones.
About the infrastructural level in this place, we had then few equipment. But to be candid with you, about 30 of them, about 70% of them, about 70% of this equipment were either malfunctioning or were not effective. So we're managing with the 30% that was working within that period. But upon the time Madam came, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, we did a gap analysis. We now look at the fact that most of them are aging, most of them will be out of circulation, in which case we may not be able to find their spares. So we started procurement of new equipment. The procurement of this new and modern equipment has enhanced our analytical ability. Before 2017, there are a lot of backlogs of analytical activities, probably because of downtime of the equipment. But with the current procurement of the new and modern equipment, we have been able to reduce our downtime, and we have about 96 efficiency in terms of output.
We'll take a short break now. Stay with us.
Dear esteemed client, this is to inform you that NAFDAC has integrated our NAFDAC Automated Product Administration and Monitoring System, NAPAMS, with the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, Tax Identification Number Database. This is to ensure validation and authentication of tax identification numbers, TIN, submitted by clients on the NAPAMS portal. As a result, all clients are advised to visit the NAPAMS portal to confirm the status of their TIN. Where it is not validated, clients are required to ensure registration of their TIN with the FIRS before the 1st of January 2023. Please note that clients without validated TIN would not be granted login access into NAPAMS from the 1st of January 2023. Please take note for compliance. Thank you. Signed, Management. NAFDAC, customer-focused, agency-minded.
The MedSafety app is the latest reporting tool introduced by the National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control in November 2020 as part of the Innovative Medicines Initiative project. The app is made available to the public in collaboration with World Health Organization, Uppsala Monitoring Center, Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, UK, and National Agency for Food, Drugs and Administration and Control, NAFDAC. The MedSafety app allows users to track safety information of medicines, vaccines and other health products, report adverse drug reaction to a medicine or vaccine, and view data on suspected side effects. When you have received your COVID-19 vaccine, you can use the MedSafety app to report any adverse reaction or side effect you may feel. The app can be used by anybody, irrespective of whether you are a medical practitioner or not. You, your family, and friends, everyone can download and use the MedSafety app to report adverse drug reaction. Just search for MedSafety on Google Play Store for Android and App Store for iOS. When using the app for the first time, the user needs to select his or her region. In this case, Nigeria, and also choose the preferred language of choice. The user will then be taken to the login page where you create an account by providing your email and password, or proceed as a guest. To create an account, you are required to provide the following details: reporter type, example, physician or pharmacist, as well as their name and email address, password with at least 9 characters with 1 uppercase letter and a number. Read the privacy statement and accept. Once you are logged in, the user is presented with a number of tabs, which includes news, products and watch lists. Under the Report tab, the user can report a new suspected adverse drug reaction, ADR. On opening a new report, the user is prompted to input patient details, which include initials, sex, and date of birth. The user is then required to input details of the suspected medicine. These include suspected medicine name, other drug details such as strength, batch, dosage details. Multiple suspect drugs and concomitant drugs can be added at any time. The report can be saved and completed at a later time. A saved report can be found on Pending Reports and can be continued by clicking on the report and continuing from where the user stopped. Enter reaction details, reaction date and outcomes, multiple suspects reaction can also be added. Also, further details about the report can also be included, such as did the reaction cause prolonged hospitalization, disability, congenital anomaly, or birth defect, life-threatening results in deaths, and so on. Finally, you can also add details of any relevant medical history before submitting the report. The user receives a message on the app confirming submission and an acknowledgement in the mail for submission. Reports can be created and saved without internet connection and be sent whenever internet connection is available. The product tabs show all medicines in the NAFDAC list database. It's easier to navigate to a drug or vaccine of interest, and this data is obtained from the WHO Uppsala Monitoring Center. User can also add products of interest to their watch list to get the latest information on the drugs. All products added to the watch list can be viewed in the watch list tab. The News tab displays drug safety information by NAFDAC. This is usually up to date with drug safety information. Registered users can also edit their profile or change app settings. For more information on the app, please contact the National Pharmacovigilance Center (NPC) at NAFDAC headquarters, plot 2032, Olusegun Obasanjo Way, Wuse Zone 7, Abuja, or call 09290511110 or send email to medsafetyapp@nafdac.gov.ng or pharmacovigilance@nafdac.gov.ng.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, you're watching NAFDAC and Your Health.
Professor Adeyeye's infrastructural footprint and human capacity development in the agency is well documented in history, as she commissioned 2 zonal offices in Kwara and Osun states in her first tenure, while the other 5 under construction will be commissioned soon.
This project was initiated by our able DG, and she also completed it. Please, I want you to give her a round of applause.
To the credit of our President Muhammadu Buhari, the support of the Governing Council, I hereby declare this beautiful edifice of Kwara State Office open to the glory of God and the benefit of Kwarans.
I've been privileged to be in NAFDAC since 1994, and I've worked in the Admin and Human Resources Directorate, closely working with the Office of the DG, and I know all the projects that have been going on. We've never had it this good in terms of projects that are going on. Many projects are going on simultaneously in different parts of the country, and those projects are impactful. They are contributing positively to the growth of the agency, to our mandate, and for the benefit of Nigerians. So, in fact, we can call it a revolution when we compare it with what we have witnessed in the past. It is phenomenal in terms of the projects that we are doing within the limited resources, within the limited time, within the limited human resources we also have. The DG is concerned about quality job. We have engineers in the system, we have quantity surveyors in the system, we have architects. And what we just do in admin here is to coordinate the administrative aspect of it. So the standard of work has been up to date, and the engineers too, I must commend them. They've been doing wonderfully well.
As the agency kept ticking all the boxes of goals set by Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, the World Health Organization accreditation for a maturity level 3, which makes Nigeria the 3rd country in Africa to receive such certification.
We were already doing lot release in terms of approval of the vaccine and testing of the vaccine. All vaccines, COVID-19 vaccines that were released for immunization were tested. They were shocked. How come that NAFDAC is tested? It has already been approved by WHO. Nope, we are going to test. So that has given us a lot of edge towards getting to the lot release benchmarking. So it was officially announced on the 30th of March that we now have maturity level 3. Out of the countries that got maturity level 3, you can go to WHO's website. Some got it only for lot release, which is 1 out of 9. And there is nothing wrong with that. You have to seize the opportunity. If your country is producing vaccine, you can get benchmarked. It's a hard work. A lot are for lot, some are for lot release only. In Africa, we are the 3rd. Tanzania first, Ghana, and then Nigeria.
At the height of COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, NAFDAC was proactive by putting proper measures in place, which resonates on the continent and the world at large. Credits to Professor Adeyeye's leadership, which saw the agency as the first in Africa to develop vaccine guidelines for COVID-19.
Our staff in R&R, Registration and Regulatory Affairs, DER, Drug Evaluation and Research, Pharmacovigilance, Post-Marketing Surveillance, Laboratories, all these 4 directorates have been meeting almost every week in preparation. And that led to the guidance that is on our website, www.nafdac.gov.ng. You will see a vaccine image. You click it. You will see the guidance that we've been working on. NAFDAC is the first African country to write the guidance. It is not just that we are working at the country level. NAFDAC is one of the 4 countries, or one of the regulatory agencies in Africa that is on the African Union Smart Safety Surveillance Steering Group. And the African Union Smart Safety Surveillance is all about monitoring of commodities, of drugs, medical products, things like that.
The agency did not stop at that as a vaccine laboratory, which is a game changer in vaccine manufacturing, was set up. Going forward, Nigeria can develop our own vaccine, which would meet the level of efficacy that is expected by the WHO.
As it is right now, we are receiving vaccines from COVAX facility. Once we get the 20% for the population, we will start buying our own. However, there is no vaccine that comes into the country that we don't test. Because people thought that we just, so once a bigger regulatory agency has approved, we take it. Once WHO has approved, we take it. No. Of course, we have confidence, we rely on them, but we go further than that. So if there are 10 different testing that we have to do, we focus on 3, 4, 5 that are critical and that we have capability to do, and we test them. If they don't pass, we don't release, because our goal is to safeguard the health of our people. So the vaccine lab is going to bring the level of confidence of manufacturers up, the vaccine manufacturers. I'm hoping that within a year or so, there will be the first manufacturing company for vaccines in Nigeria.
Professor Adeyeye is expected to unfold our plans for the second tenure in a bid to sustain the momentum of safeguarding the health of Nigerians after the holidays.
That's all we have time for on the program this week. Make it a date for another insightful edition next week, same time, same station. In the meantime, if you have comments, complaints, or you want to report activities of fake drugs or adulterated food product peddlers, our doors are always open. You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng
reappointed.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email reforms@nafdac.gov.ng or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer-focused, agency-minded.
Importing, producing, distributing, and selling fake drugs and cosmetics, adulterated food, and so on are criminal activities that destroy lives. Join the fight against these heinous crimes by reporting any suspicious activity in your area to NAFDAC. Let's join hands to safeguard the health of this nation. See you next week. Stay safe.